welcome to GADcast. That was the GADcast house band. The last band died in a tragic owlbear accident. They were hugged and pecked to death, one by one. It was bad. But we got some new guys, and they have some interesting hair. So this is the fourth episode of GADcast. I hope I can't count. And we have some guests tonight, and our guests are
Owen
and Des Turner.
And they are from
Huntsville. We'll say Huntsville.
Huntsville. All right.
We represent Huntsville.
We love Huntsville.
Yeah.
We rep Huntsville when we can. So, Adam.
Hi. Who the hell are these people? Why are they here?
The door was unlocked, so
Yeah. They just kind of wandered in here. So, I heard that you like music.
I do.
Cool, man.
I like it a lot.
So, you make music, correct?
Right.
And so tell us about that part of it.
So, like the production, or
Yeah. What are you up to lately? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. That seems like a good starting off point.
Oh, as far as like writing anything new, I've been doing a couple remixes. That's about it. I'm waiting on a couple EPs to sell.
Yeah. What EPs are you selling?
I said sell. I meant sale, like the boat.
Sale.
Not sell. Like
Not sell.
Yeah, like
Sale.
buy it. Which you can do that too. But
That was poetic. I like that.
But yeah. So there's I've got a vinyl release with Partial Magic from DC.
Cool.
And
Wow.
they are putting that out. It's on the presses as we speak.
Nice.
So we're looking at maybe September release, possibly.
Cool.
Which you heard it here first because I haven't talked about it. So
There you go.
some GAD exclusive.
Nice.
But
We'll promote it on here when you have it out. Make sure everybody knows about it.
and let's see. There's a couple things that I can't talk about like right now, but they're coming. Probably closer to the beginning of next year.
But,
Awesome.
But anybody can say that.
Well,
Anybody can say I have a whole bunch of secret things.
They can believe
No.
me maybe,
Yeah.
It's
but
a build-up for the
I
next
believe-
time he comes on the podcast.
I believe
It's
this
like,
dude. This dude's always busy. He's always working on tons of stuff. I was just messing around. He's always putting out tons of stuff and busy with his label.
but yeah.
So what's the name of your label?
Ron Recordings.
Awesome.
It's been active since 2015. It's been a little dead this year, just to kind of focus on my own material. But maybe next year we can start accepting demos and stuff again.
Awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense. That happens to me sometimes. I get so focused on everybody else that I don't work on my own stuff as
Right.
much. You know.
So, Des, are you involved with the label?
Kind of, I guess, because I live with him. And also, like, we did a thing with Spice Radio for a bit. We did a little talk show type thing.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, Run On Radio, which is currently on the back seat for now until I can have more time to actually go up to the studio and edit those episodes properly.
Okay. Yeah, editing goes a long way.
Yeah.
That saves hours.
So that's the podcast that you, for some reason, had Adam on? You let him on there.
Twice. Why?
Who is this guy?
But yeah. So shout out to Ben for helping with that because
cool.
yeah he I pretty much just tell him what to do and he does it. So he's
folks like that.
yeah. But that's on the back burner right now. But we're hoping we can start that because I've been talking to a lot of local artists in Huntsville and I would like to use that outlet more frequently than I'm already doing.
One of our favorite things to do is just get on Bandcamp and like search up people and see what we can find on there. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Adam shares that passion.
Yeah, just start looking for people to see what else is going on there. Well, I mean, that's probably how we found each other, probably through
That is
band stuff.
that is how we
So,
found
yeah.
each other. I was trying to put I can't remember what year, but I was trying to put a compilation together of a bunch of just North Alabama sort of artists, and I found Tiger Helicide, and
I think that was 2016.
it might have been.
That sounds right. I can't remember when did we do our album.
I don't even know what day it is.
Second album.
Saturday Night Mind Control?
Yeah, it's from Saturday Night Mind Control. They
Like
used
2012 or something.
No, that's our first album. I didn't have anything to do with this fool then.
It must have been 2016. I don't know.
That sounds right. But yeah, just I reached out. You were kind enough to lend that track.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Andy was asking like why the hell you wanted that.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like that towards their own music.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because that was one of our more experimental songs. And
Right.
It was one of those things where it was like, I don't want to say slapped together, because slapped together would have been like how the shit that we're playing at the beginning of this episode. But we actually worked on it and figured out how to craft it, and we got the guy who was recording us to work out stuff here. But we didn't know what we were making while we were making it.
So you just kind of played it by ear.
Yeah, and I had a bunch of random poetry, and I had let them pick out different parts, and it all worked together.
And we
No,
just read
it was beautifully put together.
That's
That's
right.
why
Yeah. The only thing is I didn't know what it was going to be, so I read my lines kind of monotone. I'm like, dark universe center, and then he's over there like just talking like and then Jacob's like yelling,
Yeah.
so I'm just like robotic.
Can you put that song at the end of this episode
Maybe.
as one of the songs?
Yeah, we can do that. Also, we'll talk to you later. We'll figure out what songs to put at the end of this. We'll,
Okay.
we'll put some of your stuff on there if you like. If you'll
Sure,
let us.
yeah, that's
If
fine.
not, I mean, if you don't want to give us permission,
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't think
Fuck these
YouTube will
idiots.
take it down.
Yeah.
If you don't let us, then we'll just like listen to it and then try to mime it, but not exactly with our own voices. Just
we'll
like
try to
that.
recreate it.
Yeah.
A cappella.
Barbershop quartet
We'll
style.
have the house band cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
But
awesome.
we'll change one so it's not the same.
Just slightly. But yeah, I noticed the last two podcasts we put up. Because we put up two so far, but the first one has Tiger Helicide at the end of it.
Right.
But YouTube's like robots detected it, so it has like the license information all at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So it found that, and then this last one had his old band, the Andes. It has their song Sea Bears. It didn't detect our old bands because our old bands.
Yeah,
We
we're
never-
off the radar.
Yeah, we're under the radar.
Off the grid. Look us up, Zuckerberg. You can't. I mean, you kind of can.
Yeah, you can find out anything.
Yeah.
They just go look in his Facebook time machine. That's how he goes and finds all that old stuff from your timeline. He uses this time machine.
Facebook time machine.
Yeah.
Something weird about Facebook I noticed is I started a page on there and they block your account temporarily if you share too much.
Yep.
Which is
Wow.
like it's weird.
Yep, they've done that. Something that's happened to my regular Facebook account. It happened years ago. Is it doesn't let me like if I type in a band, it doesn't fill in the band. Like I can't just tag a band in a post. It won't let me do that. I think I just did it too much in the very beginning, and it does not let me do it. Like I can share a page,
Yeah.
but I can't. That's why you'll see me talking about, man, the bands are really great at that show, or you guys should check out these bands. You'll notice that none of them are like tagged. You can't just click on it and go to their page.
Right.
So they,
I
Mark didn't like
haven't- They haven't done me that way.
yeah, I don't know how they got me, but I mean, I guess I got pretty hardcore into it for a while. Maybe they had a
This
different
guy,
way, yeah.
this guy over here.
Sometimes
This guy.
if it doesn't work for me, I put like at
Yeah,
and then do it. Does it
Yeah.
still not work then?
yeah, it didn't work for me.
Zuckerberg's shutting you down,
I
man.
know you don't like me.
He's
Maybe you don't like
sucking
my
you.
taste.
Yeah.
Sharing all that rush punk shit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we were pretty shitty.
yeah. No, y'all are good. Y'all, I liked y'all.
Yeah, we were great. We were fucking great.
Y'all are the best at what y'all are the best at what you did at that time.
Yeah, we were the best rush punk band that's
Easily.
ever been that one band.
Easily. Yeah. Hey, we're recording on a table today. There we go.
Adam fucked everything up. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to just like bring up and?
Sure. I actually, it's something that has to do with Huntsville local music. I've formed a little DJ group. Not me, like by myself, but like, James Inubito, DJ Inubito, DJ at Honest Stone, which is a promoter and DJ in Huntsville, is really like he's throwing pretty much all of the electronic like DJ nights in Huntsville.
It's awesome.
And so them and myself have formed House Music Huntsville, which you can find on Facebook. And basically, it's just a group where we're gonna start trying to throw events and do live streams and stuff, and just kind of give respect to like house music, because like a lot of these kids that are going to these raves and stuff, and they're wanting to hear like the dubstep and all that stuff. It's like that all stems some way, somehow from the origins of electronic music, which is like house, which is connected to disco and, techno. So it's just kind of like, it's something that maybe people will learn to appreciate, but we feel like it needed to be done, especially in Huntsville, because there's so much electronic, there's so many events that like people are coming out to now to see and hear like electronic music, but it's all the stuff that we as DJs are tired of hearing.
Yes. I'm tired of hearing like mashups of Nirvana to some dubstep song at the same time at Low Mill. But I love that place.
Why
We
do you
love
hate
Low Mill.
We love you
Low Mill.
guys.
Jay hates Low Mill. You
Dude,
heard it here.
I literally love that place.
I can't believe you said fuck Huntsville. What's wrong? Jeez. He does not represent us.
So where do you perform besides I can't even fake talk shit about Low Mill. Where are the the locations you guys usually have events at? Like just
Well, we haven't actually started the events yet for that group. It's just we just pretty much got it launched, and we're trying to build like an interest right now for it. But as far as like me, I spent the last 2 years actually touring, and like played in like St. Louis and Grand Rapids and just all over the place pretty much. And fuck, what was I answering?
I don't remember what he asked either.
yeah,
It sounded
it was a terrible question. How was St. Louis and Grand Rapids? Was that
Grand Rapids was amazing. St. Louis, that was probably my third, fourth time there. Absolutely incredible. I love St. Louis because the people are just like, because you go up north and you think, us southern boys, we want that hospitality,
Yeah.
but they actually are pretty fucking nice there. That's one of my things is like, and I don't expect everybody to do it because everybody's different. Everybody has their reasons for acting the way they do, but like I do pay attention to that kind of stuff, I guess, because I was raised down here. And like it's like, so when you have somebody holding the door open here, it's like, all right, common courtesy. You expect you almost unconsciously expect that.
No, if anything, we get mad at people for not saying thank you after you hold the door open.
Right.
That's our big thing. Like,
Last time we went to St. Louis, this guy saw me smoking and he came up to ask me for a cigarette, and I gave him one, and he tried to like pay me for it. And I was like, wow.
Like, whoa. Yeah, that doesn't happen in Gadsden.
Rough.
Gadsden would be like, you got another couple cigarettes for the road? Got some gas money? And can you give me a ride?
Do you have a car?
I always hate when my friends fucking quit smoking because then they mean they're just gonna bum your cigarettes and not ever buy any.
Yeah, that's how you quit.
Yeah, Grand Rapids was amazing. Shout out to Miles and all my homies up there. Yeah, it's like the past 2 years of like traveling, getting to travel like that, it's been really like, it's been eye-opening. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been shit shows, there's been great shows, but don't talk about Kingport. Kingport, Tennessee, y'all. Don't do it.
I've had to spend a lot of time in Tennessee lately.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesse hates Tennessee.
Apparently, that's how that sounded.
But yeah, it was like, but as far as like the house music Huntsville, that's just kind of like, y'all can follow that on Facebook and, just stay tuned because I'm not sure, I can't really speak because I'm not the one throwing the events. I'm just part of the crew.
Well, where Adonis hosts like some of his events.
Yeah, I mean, we've, I may or may not, I maybe can't talk about this, but I'm gonna just let it slide a little bit because you guys are friends. So the main idea is in Chicago they do these, like house in the park kind of events.
Sure.
Where it's like people go to the park and they dance, they have a good time, you know, with everybody. We kind of want to do the same thing for downtown Huntsville and like at the park there, because the way the park's set up, it's, I mean, he has experience doing events in the park, just not house music. But these events would be strictly house music.
Which park would it be?
Big Spring Park, yes. And then
That would be cool.
yeah, but I mean, Adonis is throwing shows at like you know, Safari Lounge, and we've done a couple at Copper Top.
Cool, yeah, I love Copper Top.
Yeah, how'd that go at Copper Top? How's that been? 'Cause I never know how their crowd's going to be there. They like their punk rock and metal, but I never know how other stuff's going to be.
It's funny. That's kind of
We haven't,
my answer to that.
we haven't really gone whenever they do any of like the punk stuff or
Yeah.
anything. Mostly just for like his shows and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's usually pretty chill in there.
Yeah.
But
So it's the opposite of chill anytime we've ever
Yeah,
been.
Yeah.
we're
It's
always like,
Yeah, I feel like the atmosphere changes depending.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
So-
That's good because that's appropriate. You don't want to be like
Right.
doing house music. There's people
mosh.
breaking glass and
Right. Yeah.
rolling in it on the
that
floor.
would terrify me, honestly.
That's
Fucker Dave shows up.
Yeah, fucker Dave shows up
Fucker
to dance,
Dave.
to dance to house music. I would pay extra to see that actually.
Yeah.
So that might be, if we can get him to go there. No, he might hurt people.
I saw some of my like crusty punk friends from the mountain up at Copper Top last time I was down there, and that was fun. But
Well, that's a lot of honestly a lot of my punk friends, and that's one way that I feel like we kind of connect. Is a lot of my punk friends growing up and stuff were very much into techno
Right.
and
Right.
everything. And I had friends. I had a friend Blair Cannell. I went to high school with him, and he was really into punk rock. He hung out in the Birmingham punk rock scene and stuff. And at JSU, he had like a techno show. Of course, he cheated. Lots of times he just played rap music. That's cheating. That's not techno.
That's cheating. Yeah.
But in the 90s, I guess people didn't notice that as much. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I remember. I feel like even though it's very different, it's still very much the same. It's still very distinctively underground.
Yeah. So
You know?
yeah, that's funny you say that, because like the underground electronic scene and the punk scene are, kind of like cousins. You know what I'm saying?
They come from a lot of the same place.
Well, it's
you know?
and it's a lot of the same ethos,
Yeah.
really.
Oh yeah.
Because we struggle to get our sound heard,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of punk bands do as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, and I mean a lot of it is about a dance experience.
Yeah.
That's to a lot of people, and that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah.
Is like I could do a song about. Of course, I want people. I get a perverse pleasure from this, but I do a song about a Shirley Temple movie, and I'm watching people mosh and slam into each other, crash into each other, and smash beer bottles to it, and I'm just like, yep. But there is a larger statement in there that they don't really give a shit what I'm saying.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it's about. They just want it to have a beat that they can dance to, and that's sort of the thing. Like some people don't care about what's going on behind the beat or what. Or,
Right.
So you could literally just remix the same song 1,000 times, and some people would be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the problem, because for people who care about it.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's okay. The top 40 DJ is not a DJ.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
The kid that remixes old Madonna songs that's been played out and all that stuff. No offense to Madonna and all, and no offense to that kid, because look, he's putting in the effort even to have the interest, which
Plus, you got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
That goes back. We talked before on a previous episode about bands when they're starting out, how the young bands will start out doing they just sound like their favorite band, or they're cover bands or something.
It's like every punk band starting out wants to be the Ramones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing I've noticed too is would you guys say that punk has a lot of a repetitive nature to it?
Yes.
Definitely the
Because
punk I play.
electronic,
Yeah.
especially the kind of stuff he does, it has repetitiveness, and people want something that's shocking a lot of the time.
It's
So-
it's that shock factor, and it's I was actually talking to Adonis one time about this. Is that's something house music in the early days didn't give to the audience.
No.
Is that the shock factor had to come from you and your soul.
Yeah.
I don't tell you when to dance. You dance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's so ass backwards now.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, I'm gonna fucking hit the smoke machine and the smoke's gonna go off and that means you go yeah. And it's like it's backwards. It's backwards.
Yeah.
And I'm not being elitist. Like I'm not slamming those people that want to do that, because do your own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just sorry, God, that got so deep. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
That got
that's
so-
what, yeah, just lay it out there, man.
There you
Why
go.
is this dude screaming?
I know, we scream all the time.
Why is this motherfucker yelling at me for remixing Madonna?
They have to edit out half the shit I say.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow, the shade.
It reminds me of like Joe Strummer when he was talking about like I think when trance first like really got really big, and he was just like, I don't understand it, and then he went to like he started going to trance like shows and events, and he just kept going, and he's like, I get it now.
It's a feeling. It's a spiritual feeling. And people look at me and they're like, dude, how much blow are you doing to feel that way? And it's like, it's not that. The beautiful thing about electronic music, you don't have to have any kind of drugs, any kind of alcohol to get an ecstasy from it. It's all here. It comes from here. It's like any kind of music. Well, it's like, I fucking hear my favorite Ramones song or whatever, and it's like, yes, like fucking, beat on that brat, motherfucker, like, it's like,
you don't have to be on something to get a feeling from it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like,
and that's why we are all straight edge or die.
Well, I can say that whenever I first got to know you and I heard your music, I was kind of iffy about it, I guess, because I didn't know.
everybody is.
Well, it's like I didn't have enough of the background of it. Like I didn't understand it completely, and now it's like I kind of have a better understanding of it. So.
Right. Well, I mean, and it's just, I mean, it's definitely not for everybody. I can admit that. And
That's fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But at the same time, it's like, don't knock it till you try it. That old saying. Go out to a rave, see if you have a good time, see if you meet some interesting people, because I always do.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I mean, I give you credit for a lot of the stuff I'm into now, Owen. I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay.
But,
hey, Des.
Hey, what's up? But I give you a lot of credit for that because, sometimes I'm honest with you and I tell you, yeah, it's good, but it's not really my thing.
Right.
But a lot of what you've shown me has kind of, branched off into other stuff I like drum and bass and acid and all that.
Yeah, because, it's just, that stems from, as far as, a creative process, as, that stems from me just growing up in a family that was into all kinds of different music.
Yeah.
I was raised on Prince and I was raised on Kiss. I was raised on Led Zeppelin and then I was raised on Michael Jackson. It's like I had, and it was bipolar to me as a kid because it's two different things. But once you get older, you realize music's music. It's all got the same. It's all got the same mission usually, and that's to make you feel something.
Yes.
And so with my music, that's all I'm trying to do. Is I'm not trying to be political. I'm not trying to this and that, and it's totally just when the DJ, whether it's me, whether it's another DJ, plays that track, and you feel something, mission accomplished. I'm out. Peace.
It's also easy to tell if someone makes a track and it's obviously just a cash grab,
Exactly.
Because there's just no soul in it whatsoever.
Yeah, you can hear that. I've heard that before. It's just so obvious.
I'm sure there's a bunch where it's I'm Pickle Rick.
Yeah, everybody goes, yay!
The literal meme music on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a whole genre called memes.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's a time and place for stuff like that, and usually it's when you're gunning people down on Overwatch.
Yeah.
I'm so
MLG
glad you said
stuff.
Overwatch.
I love Overwatch.
When you're gunning people down, from the clock tower.
Oh yeah.
Talking about this. I put my headphones on and just
Yeah, I was kind of confused about where that was going.
start shooting people.
Yeah, sorry. I've never helped
Fat Mike.
When you're finding the right ditch for that bag, and you
Just stop. Just quit while you're in it.
We were working at a grocery store earlier, and somebody was like, "Do you have a zip ties and a mallet in your trunk?" And I was like, "Do you know what? Why would I have those things? You know.
What
It's
are
like-
you implying?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
If I got pulled over and a cop was like, "Why do you have zip ties and a mallet?" Because I work at grocery stores.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm a butcher.
Yeah. But yeah, we had to mallet down the shelves and then zip tie them together. Yeah, I'll admit. Okay, so I don't know enough about electronic music, and I'm really excited to hear like some music from you later on, and also
Why
would
did
like
you
you to
invite
sing
him here?
music.
What the hell are you
Yeah,
thinking?
what the hell, man?
I just want to have friends, you know. Yeah.
It's an opportunity.
I'll
Yeah,
be your
It
friend.
is. Oh, sweet. Request accepted.
But no,
I'm
yeah.
your friend too.
Awesome. 2 friends gained. That means I have
2 friends.
2 friends.
Two friends and 2 associates.
Associates. The only electronic album that I purchased was Moby's Move on cassette.
I love Moby, yeah.
Yeah,
And it
me
was
too.
really good.
Yeah.
But that's like all I like.
Sorry,
You know,
yeah.
I was really, other than that, it's like
You could have done worse. Like, you could have done worse, yeah. I
like Diplo or something.
yeah, like I love Moby, especially his early stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Move was like
Move
pretty
is-
rad.
yeah.
I happened to find that. I was at a thrift store and there's Mono Bizarro, the Ramones, Moby's Move, and B-52's whatever album had like Channel Z.
Hell,
and
that's
Love
a
Shack on it.
Friday night playlist for
And
me.
yeah, so that was like that was what I rode around to in my old like Ford Taurus all the time. And it was,
That's
it was
what I
good.
drive now.
That's what's up. Tauruses are like tanks. man.
Taurus.
Oh
Yeah.
no, mine's not.
Oh really? The '97 ones you could like hit a hippopotamus. And
Mine's
be
a
all right.
2002 and it's a piece of absolute shit.
Mm.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, mine's a Kia, so it's made out of like tinfoil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do we make fun of the Kia so much? I don't even know.
Because they really are like made out of tinfoil.
I have, yeah, I have.
I mean,
I can,
they are
I can
deadly.
second that. I had
They
a
are
Kia
deadly. They
for
are
a couple
deadly.
years. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
had a
like-
Kia and he
may
called it
die.
the green machine.
I called it the green machine because it was this ugly ass green color.
Yeah.
But did my first tour in that car,
Oh, that's
and then the brakes gave out, and then I had to get rid of it.
And then it felt
maybe
like
mine
a,
will too.
felt like a massage chair by the end of
Maybe
it.
your brakes will give out. Then you'll die in your Kia.
And one of these days we're gonna get Tiger Helicide to go on the road
Yeah.
and do a tour. We
Good.
talked about doing a land tour.
Yeah.
Why
haven't
haven't
you
you
guys
guys already?
What is a land tour? Like, are you gonna
No.
walk places?
No, we get a boat. See,
Oh.
so we can do a sea tour, but then we take the boat and then we haul it around and
On a
that's our
trailer.
land- on a trailer.
But we
and
tour
it's-
in the boat on
in
the
the boat.
trailer.
That's
Trailer
called
and
innovation.
Yeah,
So
Just
that's our
get an RV.
that's our
like,
land
what
tours.
the hell?
Isn't that kind of like a land sea tour?
Right.
So you're
But-
playing a show out on the boat.
Uh-huh.
Are you going like out in front of like the Queen's place, like Parliament?
I was gonna say the Queen's, but like
I don't know. The fucking Sex Pistols did some
Where-
shit
this
like
is-
that, right?
this is America.
This is
going
America.
with you.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's any bodies of water around the White House. Mary, you could
There
get in
is,
one of
Yeah,
the.
There's
the,
like a
the
fountain.
Potomac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know geography or math.
or anything.
I can't weigh in on this.
I know.
can't weigh into this.
I got
There's
Moby.
pictures
Okay.
of there's water in every
Yeah.
picture of the White House.
Oh well,
I don't know if there is or not. I was
I don't
just
know if there is or not either. I was about to say there's probably something in Mar-a-Lago, but
saying. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a moat around the White House, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
that's where they keep
No.
Oh.
the crocodiles.
yeah. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if there are crocodiles there right now.
It's built on a swamp. That's why. I mean, it was.
Is that
it
what
was,
Waterboy is
It
about?
was built on a swamp.
Oh, it was okay.
Like
it was
the White
really
House
built on
was.
swamp.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
cool.
what when they say drain the swamp. I'm like, is it talking literally?
Like literally or metaphorically.
Yeah, it must be literally.
Yeah, you guys should totally play in that body of water. I just found out is next to the White House.
Yeah, don't play in
It
there.
would be kind of weird if you went to Parliament. They'd be like, "Who are these guys and why are
We're
they?"
copying the Sex Pistols. going down the river. Tim's playing music. Like why? So I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know geography.
But I was gonna say, my knowledge of techno is like woefully behind. Like I've listened to a lot of it, but I haven't listened. Like I couldn't name anything. Like I haven't outside of some of the stuff that I've reviewed of yours or whatever. But
Right.
not like. But that's like I used to listen to some stuff that kind of grew out of the like the Hacienda stuff. You know, like the evolution of stuff from the Happy Mondays and like New Order.
Okay.
Things like that.
Yeah,
Like
New
gotcha.
Order was amazing.
so, because because New Order was Joy Division, which was Warsaw, so they went from punk to post-punk to whatever the hell. They're like techno-ish they're not really techno.
I want to know if
People
you hate
say they're techno.
Like Depeche Mode and all that.
Yeah, Depeche Mode and stuff like that. But it's close enough. But there was stuff that evolved further from that.
Are you gonna?
That's where a lot of house scene came from.
Well, yeah, and then there's also like too, like those kind of things branched off and made like industrial.
Exactly.
And all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and industrial is a weird thing because industrial literally started, like a lot of it literally started next to the British punk scene. Like they were literally in like Throbbing Gristle and stuff like that. It was literally in the same scene as those guys.
Which I like industrial music, but there's just some of it I can't listen to.
Yeah. And some of it from the late 80s through the 90s doesn't hold up just because there's been so much like kind of pop versions of it since then. So you go back and listen to it and you're like, ooh, this sounds... I don't know.
Is it like heresy to say that I like New Order better than Joy Division?
No, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
When you say you like New Order better, are you talking about like Blue Monday, or are you actually talking about like a full album?
I would say a full album.
Like what? Like what album is better than either one of the Joy Division
Oh,
albums?
he's calling me out here.
I call
Siri. What is New Order's best
I
album?
call bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about
I'm gonna
vocal.
fucking
I'm not
first.
even talking about vocal side of it.
I'm
I'm just
gonna
saying
fucking call
like
Carl.
musically, I felt like they were innovative, but I don't know that everything that New Order did holds up.
Well, what's your favorite Joy Division record?
The first one,
No, okay. What was that one called?
Unknown Pleasures.
Oh, yeah, that's
we
pretty
listened
good
to
record.
Transition in the car earlier today.
Yeah.
Transmission, sorry, is what it's called.
Transmission. Yeah.
Something.
Radio.
Transmission.
Yeah. But yeah, that's but the second album's closer and it's okay. Except I think that Love Will Tear. Everybody always lumps it with it. I feel like it would have been a better album if it had Love Will Tear Us Apart on there. Because I feel like that's such a strong song.
That
It
is such a
really
good
is a
song.
good
So
song.
it should have been part of that album because that album feels like it needs it on there to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The band probably had a completely different idea at the time because they used to do a lot more of that stuff. Where they'd have like this hit single that has nothing to do with their full length that they've just put out. But they were more of a singles market in the UK at the time anyway.
Right.
Run on Recordings. How do we find that stuff?
The Run On Recordings is runonrecordings.bandcamp.com, and it's all the releases. The kind of the thing for the label the past couple years has been that pretty much 98% of the catalog is free download. You can download at your own risk, but
That's awesome.
The whole label started as kind of like I was getting irritated. Nobody wanted my music. And that's like what everybody's excuse is. But like,
Still my excuse.
yeah, it's and sorry, yeah, I just processed that. But anyways, we have techno, we got house, we got like weird electronic, gets into like IDM and subgenres of that nature, drone, ambient, noise,
Can I add something?
punk, acoustic.
Also,
What am I missing?
on Run On Recordings,
Right.
there's also an option to like donate or buy stuff, and then that helps keep you download credits so it can stay.
Yeah,
free.
exactly. So, okay, Run On Recordings, unlike most labels on Bandcamp, I still have it as a free account.
Yes.
So, Bandcamp only gives you so many download credits. So, and then you have to buy more. And so, like, I do advertise it as free download for the releases, but if you want to throw me like $1 or $2, that goes back into the label to keep the credits. So it's kind of like this big circle where it's like,
Cool.
if you want free music, maybe throw me $1 here and there. You know what I'm
Cool.
saying?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the like I knew you weren't like living in a mansion or anything.
Yeah,
but I was wondering what the goal was like with the money, like if somebody gave you some, where it went and how it worked.
Exactly. So Run On Recordings is literally its own machine. It feeds itself.
Okay.
So when
That's great.
when people do donate,
They keep it going.
they literally keep the music free by doing that. And I know it's kind of like, wait, what? But it's like, think about it. Most of the time, I do have to pay out of pocket for the download credits.
Yeah.
We don't get enough donations, whatever.
Yeah.
But then we have good months where people are buying physical merch,
Yeah.
which also goes back into the label.
Sure.
and it's like this. I'm trying to make it like this well-tuned rotating thing where it's like I don't have to worry about it. The fans kind of keep the label running.
That's interesting.
Nice.
I like that. That's really cool.
That's kind of like been the goal, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like I don't mind because these are artists that are most of them I've talked to, and have talked to on a personal level. To some extent, like not in person. A lot of them are overseas, but you know, and I believe in their music.
Yeah.
They believe in the outlet. They believe in the ethos. So you know, everybody's happy. You know,
That's great. Yeah, I really appreciate that the way you share so many people's music on there. Because how many artists would you even guess that you have represented on there? Have you ever tried to count?
I've never tried to count.
'Cause I would give up.
But I think I think catalog wise, we're on release number 120 something.
Yeah, and
maybe.
How many comps do you have? Because you have a few comps on there, you know. So
About
it's got to have
5 or 6
Yeah.
compilations.
So just with those, that's a bunch of people on there.
Yeah. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't put it in that
Yeah,
perspective.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
yeah.
So that's
You should see the sticky notes all over his desk.
It's like a madman. Yeah.
yeah.
But I never want the artist to feel like they're not getting anything out of it, and I'm very open about the fact that I can't really pay everybody.
Yeah.
Because hardly I get paid for half of what I do.
Yeah.
That's not throwing shade at anybody. That's just like that's the nature of
That's
the
how
music
it is,
business.
nature of it.
It's the nature of it. I wish it wasn't. I wish I could say otherwise, but you know,
No, that's
unless I'm making trap tunes, I'm here. You know,
Yes.
so like, and you know, so I really want to get close to these other artists that are in that same boat because we're all in this together.
Yeah.
You know, why hate somebody because they're doing punk and I'm doing techno?
Exactly.
Because I love what y'all do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, I love a lot of the Huntsville scenes. There's a lot of like, I love the folk scene they have. I love
they have a very their scene has become so varied, and it's so much quality music of all sorts of different kinds.
And and that's another thing too. Why we started the podcast on Spice Radio is because Ben is very much the same way when as how he runs that. Is it doesn't matter what you make. You're an artist. You guys are contributing to the big picture.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ben doesn't even know too much about me, and he asks me sometimes if I just want to get on and play and stuff. And to me, that means a lot because it shows that he's not, I guess, elitist about it. Like he's not so worried about it.
Well, it's not a business.
Yeah.
Spice Radio, it will never be a business.
No, he's doing it because he loves it.
I mean, he runs that studio. I mean, Spice Radio, the headquarters, is his house.
Yeah.
That's his basement.
And he has some fancy equipment set up. Not like the bullshit we got here, but
it's cozy in there too.
Yeah,
like
it is. He's got it both more comfortable than this bullshit that we're sitting in, and he has better equipment.
He has more than one table.
Well, I'm working on getting
Working on it. Well, you do that.
better set up.
You do that.
We got a fucking table now, dude.
We got a table.
What are you complaining about?
Baby
Look at
steps.
this table,
Yeah.
man.
Look at all these drinks on top of this
I know
fancy
this is
table.
great, but the table's all rocky. Listen, you can hear that on the.
You guys don't see this, but he's literally laying on the table.
I am.
He's humping the table right
Oh
now.
Yeah.
Wow, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
I know, but the baby tables are gonna be beautiful.
Half table,
Half table.
Adam.
Has this
Adam.
daddy's eyes?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of hairy tables.
Hey, we've been needing a coffee table actually, so hit us
See?
up.
Hey,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
hit us
There you go.
Have Adam's shining face.
Prop your feet up on my table, baby.
My table, baby.
My table, baby.
I hope that the legs and arms are just bent backwards.
Yeah.
Like Linda Blair crab walking down the stairs.
Yes.
Good times.
It's like a centaur, but the tables.
Which is nothing like a centaur.
I mean, well, it's too. Yeah, you're right. Fuck me. I'm Adam. I know stuff.
You could have been like, hell yeah, it's like a centaur.
Well, I mean, it's
and
like,
I'd be like, okay.
I don't know
I
how
don't know.
centaurs are made, but
I
I
don't
assume
know
it's
what
not
I don't
like.
know what the official ruling is on
Yeah,
centaur.
if centaurs were made by proxy, the way that we talked about baby tables being made, there would be a lot more centaurs in Alabama.
Oh my gosh.
Roll Tide.
Yeah. Raise hell, praise Dale, man.
The
So
heart of Dixie.
So the Huntsville scene and the record label, and you have bands on your label from all over the country, basically.
Pretty much, artists. I mean, it's pretty much. I couldn't even narrow it down for you. It's all over the place.
He's got some out of the country too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
that you chimed
Germany, Spain.
in. There's probably some interesting stuff coming out of Germany and Spain.
Absolutely. For me, you think Germany, you think techno.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like-
my brother when he went to Germany. He
You're
was
just thinking
techno.
of the Sprockets
Yeah.
sketch from.
Yeah.
And it's like, and
Which, by the way, I would watch that show. I would watch the hell out of Sprockets. Sorry. Go on.
no, you're good. And it's like, and it's and like Detroit. That's kind of the same way with Detroit. Me too. Is like, that's the motherland of
Yeah.
techno. It's like where it
Yeah.
come from.
Well, they're very machiney.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
And see, another thing that's awesome about Detroit too is they have a thriving scene in just about everything.
Yeah.
They're very creative.
Yeah.
I still want to go to Detroit.
I love Detroit.
Yeah. They are. They're very creative. There's a lot of good stuff came from there.
Most of my inspirations to even get into music, Detroit. Most of my favorite producers, like Detroit. I mean, it's just like for me. It's funny because when I really started to educate myself and start paying attention, because when you're a kid, you don't really, you skim over the liner notes.
Yeah.
You look at the stuff and it's like, oh, that's cool. I wish that was a poster hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
When you get older, you really start to appreciate who mixed that down.
Yeah.
Who, or at least me, I'm some kind of freak.
Yeah.
But
who
it's
did-
like,
who did
yeah.
what? Yeah.
But it's like, wow, he tuned the guitar.
Yeah.
This my guy's my idol.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's not Paul Stanley that's your man.
Yeah.
It's the fucking engineer that even got him in the studio. It's
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
I
it's just
agree.
a-
That's
yeah, it's
the
much,
you
uh,
start looking up that stuff, and you figure out this person did this, and you can start looking for more of their stuff. Like we're talking about the superior band Joy Division.
Yeah, you won that battle.
But no,
shade.
but Martin Hannett was a big part of why we even talk about Joy Division. Because you listen to live Joy Division, and it sounds good. It's like heavy, deep, throbbing bass, but it sounds like it's post punk, but it has a lot more rock to it than what you actually hear on the albums. But Martin Hannett, producer, did all this other crazy shit, which they've put into movies and stuff since then. But you can buy, if you can find like a Martin Hannett comp, like it gets to where you can hear it. Like you can hear, like if you listen to like the early U2 stuff that he did, you can hear it and you'll be like, that's Martin Hannett doing that. It has his like, and it's not that he was an artist guy who just put. I mean, he did force his taste onto stuff. So in some ways he's a bad example because he's not very good for the artist.
Right.
He put himself in there as that. But that's the old idea of a producer, though.
Well, yeah, because I mean, well, think about Quincy Jones.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, if not the extra member, he's the main member.
Yeah, it's like this is Quincy Jones and Stevie Wonder. It's like so
that's the difference between an engineer and a producer.
Yeah.
Yes, it is interesting to think about Joy Division's like people they influence, because there's like a lot of the electronic music, and then there's like Interpol, and stuff like that. That's like very obvious, like direct, like rock bands, like is it like she Wants Revenge and stuff like that.
Well, something that Joy Division had that I feel like other bands that were along with them, something they missed was they had a lot of simplicity. They had like very simplistic beats, and that's why I tend to prefer them over and New Order. I prefer New Order over something like A Certain Ratio. Like A Certain Ratio, especially you get the early stuff, you're like, oh, it's kind of like the same thing, but they have so much more world music influence with more stuff going on with the drums and everything, and I can really see how that would pull in other people because it's a deeper, there's more layers to the listen, at least in that respect, but the simple beats are more attractive to me than that. I mean, there's other stuff going on behind the beats.
Yeah, I think that the first time I heard Joy Division was on that movie Control. That was like the
About them.
Yeah, it was about them.
Yeah, I liked the 24-Hour Party People better.
I haven't seen that.
That's a better movie.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Except biography side of it, is just regardless of how you feel about the music, the biography side of it, it's going to be more interesting to see the Joy Division stuff than the New Order stuff. I mean, that's just how it's going to be.
Oh, definitely.
Because New Order is going to be like them being rich rock stars who are still quirky and weird, that they're going to want to go record in extravagant places and spend millions recording an album for several years. And you're watching the Joy Division stuff and you're seeing him fall downstairs.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so regardless of your taste
And just
in music,
like it's still meds.
it's
from
hard to
medicine
follow the
cabinets.
whole thing. You end up wanting to watch the first half more.
Yeah, it's definitely a better story.
Yeah.
I would say.
Control, I never finished Control. Like, and
I
it
would-
wasn't bad, but I just didn't finish it.
My friend at high school was just like, "Hey, dude, you've got to watch this movie, and you need to listen to this band."
I got it
So-
through Netflix back when I was still doing the disc thing. Like I got the DVD through Netflix. I was like, I gotta get this. It's available, and I watched part of it. Of course, nowadays you just it's completely different. I don't know. You still get overwhelmed when you're going through it on a digital device, but it used to be like I would have a deal going where I'd get like 10 Netflix discs in the mail or something.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of like when you go to the library, you go like, I'm gonna read these 15 books.
Right.
You take them home and you read one, and you're like,
Just
I'm
keep
like-
renewing
yeah.
them until you eventually.
yeah. But you end up like not necessarily reading all the books,
Mhm.
like because you get excited about the quantity and not the quality,
Exactly.
and that's a problem.
Very deep. Very good.
Thank you. I don't even
That's-
know what I was talking about.
Well, no, because the way that applied to me can be applied to a lot of different things. So it spoke to me. So thank you. I needed that.
There we go. I don't know what I said, but
I swear I'm not high.
Yeah.
I swear.
that's good. That's good. It helps if you're high.
Yeah, I don't.
With talking to me. My music goes over better if you're drunk too. I don't drink, but like everybody who likes our music is drunk all the time.
Yeah, is there any other things you guys want to talk about?
Yeah,
as
anything you
far
want to
as-
push or promote before we wrap this thing up?
Plug your YouTube.
I guess.
Yeah, plug stuff.
Plug your YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna plug my YouTube. It's Des Turner, and there's a photo of like this cartoon girl in a pink background, and that's me. I have like 22 subscribers.
Cool. How do you spell that?
DESTURNER.
Awesome.
Right.
Subscribe.
There's
Do it.
some weird shit on there, but it's like, it's alright, you know?
She has what I call a slice of life YouTube channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's very there's a like you never know what the video is going to be,
Yeah.
but it's not like over the top edited.
Ah, cool.
So,
yeah,
it's,
that seems like something that'd
Yeah.
be very interesting. You just like come in, because you don't know what you're gonna get from
Yeah.
it or whatever.
Listen, it's not quality content, but it's content.
yeah, it's content there.
You're stealing our motto.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna say now? Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe on our channel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, plug our stuff too.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to you. What's your channel?
Right now.
GAD.
Fuck, I don't know.
Gad fuck. No,
Gad
it's-
fuck.
It's like Gad fuck, I don't know. It's Gad Punk Zine. Yeah, Gad Punk Zine.
You
Okay,
got 8
alright.
subscribers now, or 12.
Fuck yeah.
We are
That's
taking
okay.
over the world.
Hell yeah.
We still gotta take out that other Gad cast. Those little creeps.
Oh yeah.
Works. We're gonna take them out.
Yeah, they're like named Jerry and Albert and Daryl or something. We're gonna
Daryl.
we're coming to
Yeah,
them.
we're taking out Dag also.
Yeah.
David Allen Greer.
We're gonna
Telling
show
you.
up with
Some
our
of my shit
droogies and just
Yeah.
it's gonna be a real hard show.
Owen, push
Yeah.
your wares.
Oh yeah. So pretty much all the social medias are Owen Nye official, but it's Owen Ni official because people say Ni, but I want it pronounced Nye. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's how it is, bitches.
Yeah, we'll get a little sass with you. But yeah. So like I'm on Twitter, Facebook. I have a heavy Facebook presence. So if you're gonna follow any of them, that would be the first one I'd follow. I'm normally posting clips to new releases like immediately there. So kind of neglecting SoundCloud at the moment, but I'm on SoundCloud.
That's what SoundCloud's for.
Yeah,
Mm.
and yeah. So we were talking earlier about house music Huntsville. You can find the three of us for that on House Music HSV on Facebook. and
I have to check that out.
yeah, and it's we're gonna hopefully get some shows and stuff rolling on that, and
Check out Adonis and Vito too.
yeah, Adonis, Abito. I don't know their handles, but you can find them because they're very
They're around there.
yeah they're making it so
Cool.
But yeah, that's me
Awesome. We appreciate you coming out and talking to us.
for sure. Yeah.
Oh, so your last name is Nye though, like N-Y-E.
Yeah.
Are you
Like
related to Bill Nye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I am
There you go.
through
See,
Ancestry.com. So
Really?
So these other people who pronounce it wrong, what they need is they need to get them some science.
Yeah.
right.
That's how you know they're idiots.
Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're morons.
So is that
They clearly don't listen to
But
Bill Nye.
it's totally I do need to say this though, because just in case somebody's like, that's impossible.
not on the internet?
Pretty sure it's marriage. Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's by marriage. So
Yeah.
for y'all,
So just
Yeah.
like chill, okay?
Yeah. just
Yeah,
like
take it easy.
just like Tony. But
Yeah. Why do you people hate science? What's
I
wrong
need
with
a minute. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that
oh, I thought you were like.
Oh. No, he has a segment in the show where he's like, I need a minute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
So is that tattoo on your hand? Like, it looks like it just got done on the way over here. Is that fresh?
Yeah.
Yes, in the car she did it.
She
No,
did
It is.
That's
That's
really
why it's
good.
kinda
That's
no,
what- yeah.
no, it is fresh though. Shout out to Chad Pope at United Ink in Athens, Alabama. He's my guy. He hooked me up with that and some other pieces on my legs.
Is that a monarch?
That is
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the love kanji. So
Oh, that's
Nice.
fantastic. It's a really good looking monarch. So
Thank you.
yeah, I recommend his tattoo work. Because, like, I was like, is that a butterfly on his hand?
Yeah.
Like,
Chad
it was
is
very-
amazing.
I almost waved my hand in front of it.
Yeah,
just so
yeah.
it would fly off.
His hand?
every piece, every piece I've gotten done by Chad, I have people come up and rub it just to see if it's real or not.
Pretty
And,
amazing.
and it
work.
just pisses me off every time because
Yeah.
it hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
every time I get a tattoo, my friends are just like, BAM!
Yeah,
Slap it
yeah.
like immediately.
For me, it's like awkward because I want to hold his hand, but then it's just like,
You can't.
There's gonna be some butterfly effect. It's gonna
Yeah.
cause like.
yeah.
there's like a flake right there.
I do have a funny story though. I could tell you guys to wrap this up
Yeah,
with.
let's hear a story.
I did get some work done while I had a broken arm.
Oh really?
'Cause
Oh,
this arm is broke.
Is that the one I shook earlier?
Yes.
Well, luckily I'm like
Honestly,
clicky wristed,
Yeah.
dead fish.
I mean, I
Wow.
purposely dead fished because it can't. I've got like see-through PO arm right now.
Oh.
It goes like that. It can't go.
I have his anxiety.
It can't go.
so.
I have to put the car in
Same.
park for him.
Same. Yeah. So I shouldn't even be driving,
Yeah.
but hey, whatever it takes
Yeah.
for the GAD cast.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um,
I drove for 15 minutes.
so the story is, for people that care, was skateboarding,
Mhm.
broke my arm, thought I sprained it, so I was like, all right, whatever, and went and got this tattoo. This all happened Friday the 13th.
Ah.
Oh, nice.
So 1-3. So, and I'm sitting there with my arm broke, getting ink, and then I get home and I'm like, I can't move my arm. So I go to the ER, and long story short, lots of physical therapy in my future,
Yeah.
and wear skateboard pads when you skateboard.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Yeah, right. That's not
Yes.
extreme. It's not extreme.
I've been trying to give away a free crown deck that I have in my car because I just am the worst skater ever, and apparently it's harder to give away a skateboard than I thought it would be.
I'll take it.
Really, I was gonna say now's probably not the best time for you to
Oh,
have
I'll
another
take it.
skateboard. All right,
Yeah.
Jesse's
Cool,
always
man.
giving away shit on the
boom!
show.
I found a home for my crown deck.
If
All
y'all
right.
told me there was free gifts, I would have been on like every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was giving Jacob a bunch of free shit in the
I'm
last
giving him a Navisaur and maybe Independence Day if I can find it on VHS.
Ooh, good movie.
Nice. It's a
Good
film.
movie.
Welcome to Earth.
All right. Well, thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you.
And
That's the Gadcast. So, what songs are we playing at the end?
music.
We'll
I don't
follow.
know.
Fantasy Defanged.
Yeah, we'll play
Is that what
Fantasy
I'm
Defanged by Tiger Helicide. And then other songs. What do you have any songs off the top of your head you'd like for us to play at the end?
We'll figure something out.
All right.
But Samoa and I stuff that you can find on iTunes and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Nice. We'll have it listed in the notes. Too,
Plugging it.
Nice.
Nice.
Star, universe center, bubble planets pop and shock and tease. No sights, no feelings, only thoughts to think. Only awake in sleep, alive in a dream. Prodded properties, studied unstable. Pathways change, I forget things. Distant and stranded, proper purgatory.
Nervous
Pickled,
energy
packaged,
explodes.
and
You
purchased.
think and you speak, and the room shakes, and the crowd is confused, and they stare at you, and they say stupid shit, and you second guess yourself, and you look around, and there isn't help. You stutter, and you stammer, and you look down, and your shoes are dirty, and the carpet is clean, and you're out of drink, and you pretend to sip, and you try again, and you forget how to stand, and they lose interest.
Trapped in a sap-chucking line through the lines of copper crap. Sap of everything that makes you you.